Hereditary begins with an apparently normal family. Well, as normal as you can expect when the grandmother has just died. No pasa mo? Na.
And they all seem more uncomfortable than sad. We have Annie, the mom,
who makes hyper-realistic miniatures of her life. Because therapy?
Therapy for what? When you can recreate your traumas in 3D. Steve, the dad. The man who was not at all. Peter, the eldest son, whose only concern is smoking weed and getting through the day without his mom giving him a weird look.
And Charlie, the younger daughter, who is not the typical girl who plays with dolls. She likes to cut off bird heads and...
with her tongue.
A sound that is unsettling from the beginning, but then yes, I tell you, it becomes terrifying.
Oh, I almost forgot. She's allergic to nuts. Everything starts to go to hell. Sorry? Everything starts to fall apart when Peter goes to a party and is forced to take his sister Charlie. Like anyone with deadly allergies, she decides not to ask what's in the cake. After all, what could go wrong? Oteia? No. 1 minute later, of course, her throat starts to close. And don't ask me why, the girl is choking and starts assembling her weird doll. Anyway, she tries to drink a little water to see if it helps, but the damage is already done.
¿Estás bien?
Es difícil respirar.
Peter, with a few good touches of Alzheimer's, puts her in the car to take her to the hospital.
Harley, desperatung sonus. Danbury sticks her head out the window looking for a little air, and off we go. Paul makes a stellar debut in the movie. Goodbye, Charlie. Nah.
Peter, being quite the emotional genius, decides not to say anything. Drive back home and get into bed as if his sister had not just decapitated herself. As the son of the year that he is, he lets his mom discover everything the next day and thus begins Annie's official descent into madness.
Why are you scaring them?
Because nobody admits anything they've done. No.
Well, the family proceeds to have some really awkward silences. So, Annie seeks comfort in a support group because, let's be honest, with that son and that husband, you can't make one. That's where she meets Joan. No. A nice lady that from the first second you say, "Is that her? This lady is strange." And just like that, Joan tells her she has a super technique to contact Charlie from beyond. All very casual, right?
¿Qué?
Annie, doubtful but curious, decides to go to the spiritual session with Joan, where she gives her a demonstration of how she contacts her grandson. Before Annie leaves, Joan hands her the ritual instructions with the seriousness of someone passing down a family recipe. She tells her, "You just need an object of Charlie's, your loved ones nearby, and a pinch of faith. Because after all, after everything that has happened..."
How much worse could it get? Juju.
Hold on. Annie, convinced it might work, decides to try it with her family and phew the damn chaos with the invocations.
See.
Of course, the possessions. And to top it off, it turns out that the grandmother and Joan were part of a demonic cult that wants to use Peter as a vessel for their malevolent leader, Paimon.
Paragon?
Peter, sal de aquí.
The last half hour of the movie is like a fever dream.
But Aris just by his mom on towels as if she were a sweater woman herself. Annie cuts off her head with a wire and Steve ends up like a human rotisserie chicken. The other, Lesprout, jumps out a window, which seems to be his best decision in the whole movie, but there is no escape. Helen's cult awaits him in the attic, where they crown him as the new vessel of Paimon, a demon that has apparently been waiting for this moment for years. And it ends there, with Peter Paimon sitting on a throne surrounded by naked cultists. Because if we learned anything, it's that demons have questionable taste in endings. And there you have it, Hereditary. A movie that is basically a tutorial on how not to handle family grief or spiritual gatherings. What do you think? Did it leave you more afraid of ghosts or your own families? Leave it in the comments.
Don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell for more movie summaries. And remember, sometimes the real terror is closer than you think.